J. Chris Beck has also been there in the background. And J. Chris Beck, I get you confused with Chris Clark Bones, you know. I hope you can understand why. But I know there's a difference between the two of you, and I appreciate you being on the channel as well. So good to have you on board. Kalinja, she drops in from time to time and always leaves a nice comment. She's always positive. She's got some YouTube videos that she's been posting lately. I think she's working on her chainsaw techniques. Sharpening techniques and things like that. She's having a fun time doing that. Aren't you, Kalinja? Auction Indiana, you're a quiet man. Even on the channel, you're quiet. But every time you drop a comment on that channel, it's always $1 million worth of comments. I'm just telling you that. Your words are valuable and they're precious. For those of you who don't know, and I don't want to steal his blessing, but he was instrumental in getting Suzie her first power saw. So thanks, Brent from Auction, Indiana. There's Proteus Patrick up in the Green Bay area, Green Bay, Wisconsin. There's Eddie Phillips. Eddie Phillips is always there with great comments. Don't forget Logger Al. Logger Al is up like in the Appleton area, I want to say, of Wisconsin. So Logger Al, hats off to you, buddy. There's Chris Sherman. Chris Sherman pops in every now and then. Gene, I don't know your last name. I just know you as Gene the Cook, I think. Isn't that what his handle is on YouTube? Gene. Gene's a cool guy, I think from the Michigan area. Very interesting man who's into tree work up there. I had some great conversations with him at Buckenstock. Gene, good to see you too. Okay, who else? Come on, Suzie, help me. I'm gonna miss people. There's only 147, so you know, how can I miss anybody? I'm glad I'm not like Buck and, you know, got over 100,000 people. How would you ever do this? You couldn't. So, you know, I don't want to place too much importance on calling out these names as meaning that I like one person more than the other. These are just the comments I see most often, you know, and it doesn't mean a thing in terms of, you know, how I feel about you. Joel Cray, yeah, you're always a good one too for comments. And I don't want to forget Yatin from the Czech Republic. Remember Yatin? It's actually Jan, and really his real name I can't even pronounce. But Jan, if you're out there, wave at me sometime. I met him at Buckenstock last year, and he's a cool guy from the Czech Republic. Got his name, I butchered his name many times. He goes by Jan when he's here in the United States. So, all right, Marshy. I can't forget Marshy. Marshy's up in New York, a little town called Mexico, New York, right, Marshy? I think that's right. I think it's Mexico, New York. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I didn't know there was a Mexico, New York. So Marshy, good to have you with the channel too as well. You guys need to check out Marshy's channel. He's got some real interesting videos over there. Just check him out at Marshy. Who else, Suzie? Thanks for helping me out, by the way. I appreciate all your input.
I'm driving. Yeah,
you're driving. Okay, she's driving, folks. So, listen, okay, I'm going to call it quits there because I'm just going to use up camera time. This is already going for quite a few minutes. I'll give you a little bit of footage of the property when we get there. We'll try to keep it short and sweet. Really do love you guys, you know, in a special way, you know. I mean, you know, we love a lot of things in life, you know. We love our cars, you know, we love our food, we love our dogs, we love our wives, we love our kids. You know, we love you too. But every one of those loves is really kind of a different kind of love, if you know what I'm talking about. Don't get me wrong, you guys, if you showed up at my door, we'd take you in a moment. We would spend some serious good time with you. All right, I'm going to sign off here for right now. We'll check in with you.
Where should I go? Are we going to do that tree or no?
Yeah, we'll take out that tree that's laying across there. So just park up in the high end here, I guess. Here? Yeah, is that okay? Or, you know, if you want to park right there.
Well, I was going to just go in there.
Good idea. He's right here beside us.
Okay, well, I just don't want him to be in front of me.
That's fine.
He's always in front of me when I'm walking.
We're talking about Tyson. We let him out at the end of the drive, and he's supposedly following us. We're going to see. Man, look, this snow cover looks cool out here today.
It does look pretty.
Where are you, Tyson? Good boy. Good boy, Tyson. Yeah, you made it, buddy. Hey, bud, you made it. You made it. Good job. Well, this tree's not really in the way. This tree is just laying off to the side. We could still buck it up, I guess. Hey, and by the way, I could sure use some good advice on this. This drive right here runs all the way up to our cabin, but this is wet 100% of the time. And I'm thinking there must be a seep here somewhere that is keeping this ground totally saturated. we have an alternate path just to the right of this. We can come up this way or come around our circle here. Let me turn around. The main drive comes in through there, and we have a circle comes out over here. We also have this drive, which used to be the main way through this mud hole all the way up to the cabin up there. Because of this mud hole, we have taken where the circle comes around and created like a bypass that goes up through here and bypasses. It's a little bit higher ground. It's probably 3 feet higher, 2 to 3 feet higher, and just picks up again on the trail over there. So the problem we have though is we've got to figure out how to drain this area. Just beyond those briar bushes that you see there is a ravine. It starts to drop down pretty good there. So, we're thinking if we can just get all this water to move toward the ravine and drain, it would be nice. This is a little bit low here. It's lower than that side. I know the camera perspective doesn't do it any justice, but this is a low spot. So, and it probably measures starting from right in that area there, all the way through to where it just starts to rise, right in that area. I would say that's 75 feet. And it's wet year-round, folks. It's really a pain. We can't get people to come up to the cabin. They have to walk. They have to get out and walk up the road to get there. So if you have ideas, I'm open to any kind of suggestions. I mean, if we have to hire an excavator, which I'm sure we probably will do. We're thinking about laying down some humongous limestone base on this, and then keep raising it up with gradually smaller and smaller pieces until we pretty much level this all out. But in your comments, let me know, because I really appreciate some of you guys, your expertise in these different areas. I don't really have that much, and I depend on friends like you guys out there to help me figure some of this stuff out. Tom Hackenbracht, you're a guy I forgot to mention earlier. Tom Hackenbracht is a faithful brother of mine. Lives, not a blood brother, but a brother in the terms of friendship. Tom lives in the next town down from here, Newcomer's Town. He majors in natural resources. He's a natural resources kind of a guy. He knows a lot about this stuff too. So Tom, I'm going to be tapping into you for that as well. Susie's parked up there in the Jeep. This little circle that we're in, all the way around here, it's almost 180 degrees. It actually probably is 180 degrees. That's a big backstop, a big bluff right there. Our trails, our four-wheeler trails, are on the top of that. Okay. This is a really nice shooting range. We have 180 degrees of target practice range here. It's an awesome place for if you're into guns, if you like to shoot. It's a great place to do it. So we have some scraggly looking cherry trees hanging out in here. We've got a good mix. Some it looks like sugar maples and stuff like that mixed in here as well. A few oaks. But this is all pretty scrawny stuff right in here. This is pretty much fairly new growth. Anyway, all right. I'm going to shut this off. We're going to get some walking in, I think. What you doing, honey?
Oh, trying to get his coat on. He was waiting on it, but Ty, stop. But he's gonna...
Is he giving you trouble?
Well, it's just I have snow all on the inside. Not going to keep him very warm. There.
Ready to go, Tyson? Yeah. So where do you want to go after this?
Well, I just wanted to walk and show you some stuff.
Okay. I'm going to give give her a hand. You want me to come up to you, or are you coming back? Yeah, this is real nice through here. That's not a whole lot of work to do, I don't think. But we need to start in the winter. So where are we at on the... Okay, I see.
Down there's the jump.
The jump is down that way.
Yep.
And then this is the cutoff to the...
Well, here.
Which trail is that?
It goes down into the mud pit.
That goes down to the mud pit where Tyson is.
But
okay.
Here's...
Oh. Is that a property line marker?
No.
It's just there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the line in there.
All right.
But yeah, so like this could come out.
Yeah, all these little things.
We have a straight shot through.
And just make some nice switchbacks. Yeah, we'll just, yep.
Down in.
And we'll put nice sweeping switchbacks in there to keep the corrosion. We don't want it to rust, you know, to keep the erosion down. Because we don't want Rick Miller getting mad at us. All right, so right now we are walking along the pipeline. There's a gas pipeline. What is it, 18 inches?
I think it's a 6-inch.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah,
small gas line pipe? Okay.
High pressure.
Nothing's flowing though. It's so we don't get royalties or anything like that, but this does go across the highest part of the property from west to the east. So all the way back that way and around the corner. Susie's taking me to another one of her ideas, her projects that she wants completed. Huh?
Yes.
Where's this one at?
Down, just going over the other side of the wall.
Okay.
Now, if the trailer's not down here, this is a campsite also.
Yeah, this is nice and level.
Because that's where we had the trailers.
Right.
So I cleared all that out.
Yeah, just so you know, we have no flat spots on this property except up here in the pipeline, but it even slopes a little bit to the north.
Yeah, it's not even flat.
So what she's talking about is there's an area there where we used to park our 20-foot trailer. It's flat, and there's a good spot for a big tent.
Yeah, I cleared all that out. That was full of briars. And
Cabin sits back there.
It just looked like that.
Dog is happy. So we're at the end of the pipeline, or coming to the end of the pipeline, and you want to do what now?
Clear this to the left.
Clear all this? Oh,
Yeah,
so basically make it a
like
wider
this.
pipeline again, right?
Yeah, so it looks like that. That's how it used to look. You know,
Yeah.
more open.
Right.
And
So
it's just been so hard to...
Yeah, because
of the bank.
Yeah, you can't tell what's happening here on the camera, but it's actually sloping down to the west. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good grade, and so Susie wants to open all this up.
So that this is not the only
Sure.
entrance.
Yeah, this has got some pretty bad erosion on it already because it's the only part of this whole section that's
So,
ridden
see all
on.
this? And right now it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing big as long as we get it before it grows big.
Yeah.
But all of this to the left then, and it used to be clear all the way to the neighbor's fence. And I would like to kind of do that.
So
all of
clear it
this-
all the way down that
Yep,
way.
all of this until you get to the big tree. See where those two big trees are in the opening?
Those two.
Yep.
Yeah.
This used to be clear all the way down to there. I want to clear all this out again to where you can go down to
You're
the
talking
fence.
just the new growth, all this young
Yeah.
stuff, and the briars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So part of our agreement for getting this tax break under the CAUV, which it's some kind of an agricultural tax break that we get. It's a 10-year agreement that we would eliminate invasive species out here, and we have tons of it. We have the Ailanthus trees, the trees of heaven that smell like hell. We have Chinese barberry that are like, I don't know, they're just terrible plants, invasive. We have, oh my gosh, I can't remember them all. There's a big list of things we have to take care of here. Oh well, the grapevines, that's another big one. We started doing the grapevine work last season. We still have more grapevines to tackle. So part of that agreement is that we do all of this work anyway. So this stuff needs to go away. We don't want to let junk trees grow up here. We want to try to produce a healthy tree crop out here. And there are a lot of cull trees out here. We like some of those culls just for wildlife, but we don't want forests flooded with them. Is that bollard right on a pin, or is it just there?
It's just there.
Okay.
And I believe that is actual pipeline type thing. I'm not sure.
Oh, you think the pipeline put that there?
I think so.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. If there's any confusion as to why I'm so ignorant about a lot of this stuff, it's because Susie's lived here longer than I have. This has been her property for how long?
I don't really.
15 years?
Yeah.
I've only been in the picture for 7. Okay, 8. 8. We've been married for 7. So.
Let me think.
She's thinking right now.
If you still keep just following, I'm pretty sure it was kind of near.
Where?
I have to look around.
Okay. Vines, grapevines. They just strangle the trees. Gotta go. Oh yeah. So there's the actual marker.
And then it goes from here. It goes from here and shoots that direction.
Okay.
Like, that's not ours.
Right.
It goes that way.
The attorneys are this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it goes that direction then from this corner.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But
On the other side of our property line, those, I don't know if you can see, and there's a little blue and orange chair and maybe a little folding chair sitting down there. Can you see those? I know the GoPro's not good for that kind of stuff, but Susie said they've been here the whole, 15 years?
Yeah.
Neighbors' kids probably put them there. Mom and Dad probably asked at one time, whatever happened to that blue chair and that orange chair and that folding chair? I know we used to have one. They don't even know. Yeah, the kids are probably grown up and moved out, no doubt. So when we come off of this trail here, this trail runs around to our pipeline. When we come off of this trail, we see our cabin, and there's so many projects to get done. I've got to restain the deck. It really needs some care. It's only been since 2015, but it's 4 years old now. November will be 5 years, but this is our cabin that the judge thinks, because our attorney and the other party's attorney told them that this cabin is sitting on a skid. We weren't in the courtroom when that conversation took place, or we would set the freaking record straight. This cabin was built here on site. It was not brought in on the back of a truck. It is a post and beam construction, as you can see, but it was assembled right here. It cannot be transported out of here, as the judge believes now. And I'm not trying to paint a bad picture of the judge. The judge is just believing what he was told by the attorneys. Even our attorney. It infuriates me that he didn't invite us into the courtroom with him. And the only reason that makes a difference is because the judge says, well, since the cabin is transportable, I guess it's not that much of a hardship on the Polsons to go ahead and, let this land go to auction, get the money, and they can just take the cabin with them. Right. That cabin's not moving. The cabin actually could be moving. It's not anchored to the ground, but it's too big to put on a truck. It's too wide to take down the trails. The only way out of here is with a Huey helicopter. And the deck is anchored. Each one of those posts goes down 36 inches below the frost line. Every one of them. I know because I dug the holes. That deck is not moving. So that's the reason I make such a big deal of the cabin and it being referred to as a shed. That building, that's a shed. That was brought out here in the back of a truck. So, big difference. I don't even think we could fit a queen-size bed in that building. And up there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. We have 3 beds set up right now in the upstairs. We could probably have 4 up there. And then we have the whole downstairs. So Angie K, anytime you want to come out as a guest, we got a place for you to sleep. All right, I need to go catch up with Suzie, folks. Over now. Yeah, so isn't this beautiful? This kind of winter powdering really makes this forest pop, I think. It's beautiful out here. It's no wonder Suzie loves this place. I have 2 years, 11 months, and about, let's see, 24 days, I think, before I can retire. I really hope that something comes along that will allow me to retire early so that I can spend my 40 hours a week out here instead, getting things done that need to be done. You going back up?
Yeah.
Are you going to come, you coming back down, or?
Yeah, I'll lock the cabin then after I put this in.
All right, I'm going to head down to the Jeep then.
Okay.
All right.
Please, I'm sure coming later.
Okay. So another good reason for us finally getting to own this property is we can get rid of some of the things that the other owner has just left as trash out here. I guess some of it's trash, but not all of it. I mean, we have ATV tires. We have deer decoys. I don't know what those really are. I don't use them, but bollards that came from somewhere. SBC maybe. Is that a cable company? I'm not sure. This nice fiberglass utility ladder here, extension ladder. Looks like it belonged to Ameritech. Ameritech. Why would we have a nice fiberglass extension ladder? I think there's a couple of those out here. So I think we'll just tell him to come and get his hot property off of our property. I know, be kind, right? I am. I just want to get this behind me.